When you build and use Ajax correctly, he's actually the fastest character in the game, even though he's a tank. And it's kind of hilarious. But for specifically traveling the map, not for killing mobs, Bunny's still the best at that. The Void Charge is the most important mod of this build. 2 leaps instead of 1 if you use it during your passive. Ridiculous how far you can get with this mod. It's not giving the right amount of damage when you use Expulsion. It's really annoying to be honest, but it's still really fun to use. It's something to look forward to once they actually do make it work correctly. To get this mod, all you have to do is go to the infill right here, search all the way in the middle right. If you go to the Haven, this is where you can get the mod. Disclaimer though, this took me like at least 50 tries because I was super unlucky. So doing this with friends or listening to music or something is highly recommended. If you hit a grapple and hit your melee before the grapple's finished, it does a really cool animation. You do a backwards kick. Increased HP, it speaks for itself. Same with the increased defense. I feel like skill extension is really important because with these you can pretty much stack your barricade. Before your barricade's even finished, you can put a new one down and it basically refreshes the same one that you had, basically giving you infinite barricades or infinite domes. Spear and shield is really good because it gives you even more defense, and it gives you raw skill power as well. Time distribution is really good to stack with skill extension so that you can use your abilities on top of each other basically. And it gives you extra health, so it's really nice double stack. Stim Accelerant's really nice to get more health, but it sucks that you get less mana. Another way to be able to actually spam your abilities, and we have Agony to get some of that mana back, and we get even more defense, and that's how we got over 100,000 with the right components. The immediate execution is really good for movement. As you can see, it's 600, higher than anything I've seen so far, and it's a really good gun overall to use as well, so it's a nice win-win. You don't have to use this as your primary slot, it's just really useful to move around the map, especially in free roam. Having this out makes you move a whole lot faster, especially as Ajax, but you can just have that in any slot and switch to it. I don't have the slots at the moment, but I just basically focused on firearm attack with rifle and reinforcement and action and reaction. If I could, I would use things like better concentration, where you get more critical hit damage, and I would put more critical hit rate, because this is a really good crit build right here to have. You could be hitting million plus if you had the module sockets or an energy activator or both. If I could, I would just get critical hit rate in here, but these 4 rolls are pretty good. Critical hit damage, really good on a hand cannon. Boss firearm attack boost on them, 11,000, it's pretty good. And then having chill on there is always a bonus. Next we have the meta shotgun, the subconsciousness. Pretty hard hitting shotgun, even with the base DPS of being 239k. When we get in here, 1.1 million. And that's because the strength in first shot, fully maxed out, gives you 200% firearm attack every 10 seconds. This is really made for a shotgun, because you can shoot once, reload, shoot again, and with these high power rounds you're constantly reloading. Then we got shell capacity up. By the time I'm using it, like I said, I'm just reloading it already. Then of course we have action, reaction, and we increase the fire rate. Did these 4 just because I only have 49 mod cap. I would definitely have rifle and reinforcement if I could. I can't complain with these rules. I got fire attack. If I could, it'd be nice to have chill attack. Overall firearm attack at 12%, really nice. So if I could, the first thing I need to re-roll is the critical hit rate, which looks really good, but on this shotgun, or probably any shotgun, really useless because the hit rate and it's just extremely low, so there's no point of having it. I just need raw damage instead, but these other rolls are pretty good, so I'll take those. It's really annoying to see for most viewers by now, I apologize, but this is just the main gun on my build, because I play with $0 spent, so having this thing is really beneficial. I finally put an energy activator into it, so of course we have these 2, to increase the firearm attack. Maxed out fire rate, 25%, just turns into a minigun. You want to focus on the weak point damage. The overall crit attack is low and the hit rate's low, so there's no point of going into it at all. And just having any element enhancement is also really nice for extra damage. Depending on the boss, you could switch this for electricity if they're weak to that, etc, etc. So this is one of the reasons why I'm using a shotgun as well. With this reactor, I get 25 Ks. I did upgrade it, so it's going to be a minute before I get a better one. I could definitely use some better rolls at the bottom though. For my external components, I just focused on defense mainly. The defense support auxiliary power is pretty nice because it came with health as well. 4683, I'll take it. Use the bravery sensor, and it works really well because with these two pieces, they have a lot of defense, and the memory one, I rolled 4100 defense, so I pretty much have to use that. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount. We're ending off with another 4683 supernova processor. Basically random. The two sets really nice to have. It's just a nice little cherry on top. Wouldn't mind a little more health. 15k is still pretty low for a tank, but having this much defense really helps. Let me know what you guys use on Ajax. Let me know your stats, your defense, your health. I know you guys usually like to let me know in the previous videos, so it's always interesting to read those and see some interesting responses. Hope you guys learned something. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you didn't like the video, hit the dislike button. Either way, hope to see you in the next video. I'm out.
Send.